Okay, so we're looking at a congruent triangle quiz to see how you're going and just to remind you a few things. So congruent triangles are identical in every respect. There are 4 tests, and the tests are, as written on the board, SSS, SAS, AAS and RHS. They're the only 4 tests. And the other thing I want to remind you is 3 horizontal lines, like an equal sign with another line. That's the symbol for congruency. Okay, so if you need to, copy that down. Okay, and again, just to remind you, in a congruency proof, you need 5 lines. The first line, you introduce them, and then the second, the third, and the fourth are the 3 steps, whichever proof you're doing. They're the next 3 lines, and the last line is the icing on the cake. You give your conclusion that the triangles are congruent. And you've got to make sure you've got the letter order correct. Okay, so when we do an example, we'll just make sure we've got the order letter correct. That's the killer. Okay, copy that if you need to and come across. Okay, so let's just start off with a really easy one. Give the correct reason for the following pair of triangles being similar. Okay, so if you're going to do it as a proof. Okay, so step 1, for triangles A, B, C, and D, E, F, so that's your first line. Then we say first line is AB is 7 equals EF, so that's line number 1, in your second line of your first line of your numbers. 3, BC is a 9 equals DE. So these are given. The reason is given. They were given in the diagram. You have to say those things. And the last one, AC equals DF, and that was given. So therefore, triangle. Now let's be careful. Let's just do A, B, C. So A going to B. Okay, A going to B is a 7, but then we're going to go from 7 through the 9. So we're going to go 7 through the 9. So it has to be triangle F. Okay, we're going 7 through 9 to 3, 7 through 9 through 3. So it's going to be FED. FED, and the reason is triple S. Okay, so just remember, when you're doing this final line, just name the letters in any order, but then make sure you've got them going the right way. So if I went A, B, C, 7, 9, 3, 7, 9, 3. Okay. Copy that if you need to, come across. Okay, so let's have another one. So have a go at this one yourself. Prove that the following triangles are congruent, or is congruent, are congruent, whatever. Okay, so just have a go yourself. 5 lines, and don't beat the letter order at the end. And come back when you're ready. Okay, so we're back. So first line for triangle A, B, C, and again, like, it's not, you won't be marked down hopefully by the other teachers if you just say the triangles at this stage, because you don't know what the letter order is yet. So for A, B, C and D, E, F. Okay, so we've got angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So we're going to be looking at the AAS test. So we're going to say angle, this angle here. We could just say angle A. We could use BAC, but because there's only one angle at A, we can just use the letter. So angle A, which has a curve, is the same as angle E. And what's the reason is they gave it to you in the diagram. Okay, so it was given. Next one is angle C equals angle D, and what's the reason? They gave it to you. So just given. And the fourth one is BC. It has 2 strokes equals DF, and that was given to you. And so we have corresponding side, because that's a corresponding side. And just show you why it's a corresponding side. 2-stroke opposite the curve, 2-stroke opposite the curve, so it's a corresponding side. And so triangle, let's just say ABC again, B, C congruent to. Now, we're going A to B to C, so we're not going along the bottom. So if you want to, I'll just take that back. So if you get confused, just put another mark. Okay, so we've got another angle that we could put, so let's just put a cross there and put a cross there, so we know we could do it that way. So we're going A to B to C, so we're going from the single stroke to the cross, so we're going to go EF. And once so we're going from curve to cross, and then we're just coming home. And the reason is AS. Okay, and that's your proof. Okay, let's come across and do another one. So we're told in the information BC equals DC, that was on the diagram anyway, and AC equals EC. It didn't need to be told to you, it was on the diagram. So we have to prove the triangles are similar and then do some other information. So have a look at that question, see if you can have it grow. When we're doing looking for a reason, we've got to look at what we've got. We don't have three sides. Sorry, we do have three sides, but we don't have this side, so we can't use triple S. So we've got to use one of those other reasons, and you can have a think about it, which one it might be. You've got two sides given, so that might give you a clue. Have a go. When you're ready, come back. Okay, so let's have a go at the proof. Okay, so first line is for triangles A, B, C, and triangle E, D, C. Now this gives you a clue that that might be the right letter order, so we'll just look at that at the end. Okay, first reasons, BC equals DC, given. Next line, AC equals EC, and that was given. So we've got the two sides, and this angle are equal to each other. So this time we have to use the letters because we can't have just the letter C. So angle ACB equals angle DCE, and the reason is vertically opposite angles are equal. So whenever you get that cross, then you've got vertically opposite. Okay. So that gives you a clue. We have two sides at the included angle, so we've got the SAS. That's going to be the reason. So let's just say triangle ABC congruent. Now again, let's just make sure the letter order's right. So we're going A, let's just check. I'll get my highlighter pen. We're going A, B, C. Okay, so we're going along the bottom. Going along the bottom here, and then through the single stroke. So to go through the single stroke, we've got to go that way. And so EDC was the right letter order. Oh, stop. Change the pen. So they gave you a clue that the letter order was in there. And the reason, EDC, and the reason is SAS. So that's the first one. First one done. So that's question 1. Question 2, prove that AB equals DE. Well, once you've got congruent triangles, so in the second question, okay, the triangles are congruent. So what we're trying to prove is that this side here equals that side there, and that's the only other side that's left over because we've already got the other two sides. They're corresponding sides. Jumped up too high. So AB equals DE, and the reason is corresponding sides. It was the only other side left. Okay, so we've done 2. Number 3, I'll change colours again. Okay, prove that AB is parallel to DE. Okay, so to prove parallel, what we're trying to do is prove that AB is parallel to DE, and what we've got is we've got these angles are equal, but that doesn't help us. This angle here corresponds to that angle there because we've got identical triangles. Okay, so that's a corresponding angle. So, oh, I jumped it up too high again. So, the angle at A corresponds to angle at E, therefore equal, and that means AB is not equals, is parallel to DE because it's alternate angles. So alternate angles are equal, therefore the lines are parallel. Okay, and DE, the sides are equal, so AB and DE are equal, so DE equals 7 centimetres, and the reason is corresponding sides are equal. Okay, so that's a long question, but that's how you have to do it. So finish it, copy if you need to, and come across. Okay, the last one, we've got to prove that AC is perpendicular to BE. So what we're trying to prove is that there's a right angle there. Okay. So this is again a proof. So first thing you have to do is prove that the triangles are congruent. So even if you can't finish it off, let's make sure you do the proof and get some marks. Okay, so pause, and when you're ready, come back. Okay, so let's introduce the triangles. So for triangles ADC and triangle ABC, okay, we've got AD equals AB. They gave it to you. And then we've got these angles are equal, so angle DAC equals angle the CAB. And what's the reason? It was given to you to put the angle symbol in. Fourth one is AC is a common side to both triangles. And so what we've got is side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So it's going to be SAS and number 5. So triangle ADC is congruent. Okay, so we're going along the stroke and then down. So it's along the stroke and then down. So it's triangle BAC. And the reason is SAS. Okay, so we've got identical triangles, which means that corresponding angles are equal. So this angle and this angle are corresponding angles. So therefore, angle DCA equals angle, so DCA equals BCA because they're corresponding. But these guys are on a straight line, therefore the angles, the two angles add to 180, therefore each angle is 90, and therefore AC is perpendicular to DB. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of the not complexity, but what you have to do a congruency proof. Okay, that's it. Bye.